They're white. Nanotubes usually aren't white. They're cotton-like, they're fluffy, they look like pulp from textile industry. This is about 30 minutes of trying to make BNTs, fits in the palm of your hand. That's a blue glove in the lab. And very unexpected that they're white, they're fluffy, we can maybe do something out of them, like
design the nanoparticles to absorb light at wavelengths that pass directly through the body. So if the particles are placed in it, you can irradiate them with light that penetrates through the body, and the nanoparticles will absorb the light, convert the light to heat, and then very gently they will induce hyperthermia and destroy.
Morgellons patients tell the same story. It starts with a biting sensation under their skin, open sores that won't heal, and fatigue. Many are diagnosed with delusions, locked up in mental facilities and abandoned by their families.
And carbon nanotubes begin to grow like blades of grass. And this is what they look like. As you've just seen, making carbon nanotubes doesn't require some magical process.
Nanotubes can actually string together and form wires by themselves under this electric field.
And about the fibers, if you look at American money, US dollar bills, especially new ones, they have colored fibers running through them. Jan Smith compared the fibers in money to her Morgellons fibers and found them to be pretty much identical. Ignited with a blue butane flame, they both release a payload, a drop of material contained inside. And she used mirrored tweezers to pull a fiber from a $20 bill to experiment with it.
Because nanoparticulates are potentially self-replicating, the cost of producing them is actually quite negligible. As for the question as to why the perpetrators would be spraying themselves, well, that answer is in fact a very simple one. These people want transhumanism. In fact, when one truly considers the transhumanist agenda and it begins to sink in that chemtrails seem to consist of nanoparticulates or smart dust, then the last piece of the puzzle falls snugly into place. And it is far from inconceivable that were the global population to be infused with programmable nanoparticulates, then when these tiny machines are switched on, they will simply do what they are programmed to do. And that what this may be may also be largely due to what other genetic codes have first been introduced into the host. The elites, those who can afford to carry out practices such as chemtrails, generally don't eat processed or genetically altered food, and it is extremely unlikely that they are subject to the same rigorous vaccination regime as the general public. If mankind is indeed ingesting nanoparticulates without their general knowledge, then how might such machines be controlled or switched on? In answer to this question, one only needs to realize that it is now a long-established fact that when anything occurs within the human experience, ultimately the information travels around the body electromagnetically. All our five senses, along with any emotional information, is all interpreted by the brain via these electromagnetic signals. Therefore, it is also an established fact that man can be influenced and even controlled via electromagnetism.